Ghosts are real, and I have proof.
What are you talking about?
I've got pictures.
Spill the spook tea, sis.
Okay, so I may have lied. I don't have any proof. But we are talking about a special kind of ghost picture.
Do tell.
Today, we are going to be diving deep into the world of spirit photography. Some might say, stupid deep. So grab some tea, or something that isn't tea, because we're all-inclusive around here, and take a seat.
Before we go any further, we should probably know what spirit photography is.
I'm so glad you asked without any prompt or pre-made script telling you to.
We are serious people, I swear.
Anyway, spirit photography ain't that Snapchat picture where the dog filter is on some unseen being. Actually, it is the act of taking photographs with the intention of getting a ghost in it. The concept even predates Snapchat. Crazy. It dates all the way back into the 19th century and has lots of layers to discover and unfold, if you will.
Ooh!
By divine intervention, again, not a script, Ayana is now somehow aware of this topic. So I'll let her talk about the history.
Wow, so kind of you.
Of course.
Let us set the scene. Back in the 1860s, America.
Nice.
A couple centuries fresh out of the bubonic plague, William H. Mumler accidentally took the first picture of a ghost. More on that accidentally later. What you are looking at is one of Mumler's most famous pictures. Do you happen to see anything?
Maybe a minor celebrity who perhaps freed the slaves?
Really, it's all up to interpretation. However, Mumler really didn't need an interpretation to see that there was a big market for pics of the dead. So with a clear monopoly in the spirit photography business, Mumler pursued a career as a spirit photographer.
By 1872, there was another photographer in the game, Fred A. Hudson. Hudson wasn't offering the same promise of a loved one or a wandering spirit, however. Instead, he took pictures for spiritualists. Basically, he was a cameraman for some ghost hunters. All those chilling pictures are his work.
Another notable mention is William Hope. Now, we didn't do a whole lot of digging into this guy, but he is responsible for a fun little photo.
This is the picture that really made me want to do this video. There's something so chilling and lifelike about the apparition. That's my kind of spook.
Creepy lady face. Makes me feel kind of frightened.
Indeed. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention before is that the want for spirit photography really skyrocketed after World War I. People are suckers for a second chance to say goodbye, and what better way than a slightly disturbing picture? Maybe I don't get it.
There are plenty of people who entered the spirit photography scene, and they really aren't that important. What you really need to remember is that these photos were controversial. When a concept like ghosts is involved with money, criticism doesn't stray too far away.
Boy, that was a journey, but it doesn't stop there.
Oh boy.
The intrigue of ghost photography is just as poppin' as it was back in the day, which I'm sure is hardly a shock. In fact, I feel like I encounter ghost caught on camera videos more than I care to address. And I'm a sucker for some good clickbait.
The spooky story that you're about to hear takes place in February of 2015, a time not too distant from our own.
Those were the days.
While touring the Majestic King's apartments, Holly Hampshire took a unique photo of her cousin. It might take a minute, but there is something clearly wrong with it.
Perhaps something tall, odd. Yeah, I'm sure you can see it.
This figure only lasted one photo and cannot be seen in any others taken. And according to those present, there wasn't a tall, scary lady just standing there at the time the photos were taken.
You might notice that, maybe.
Just be a little.
It is also important to note that this doesn't count as spirit photography. In fact, a lot of these modern pictures don't. Without the intention of capturing a ghost on camera, it's just a weird picture. I don't really have a name for it.
The modern version of a spooky ghost photo also doesn't need a full-bodied apparition. Even glowing spheres count.
Yes, these circles, otherwise known as orbs, are pretty commonplace in the ghost community. According to someone more enlightened than me, orbs are transparent balls of light that represent the energy taken by spirits in order to manifest stronger. These balls aren't visible to the human eye and are typically paired with an EMF reading.
They also aren't dust. These balls emit a light around them and move in a weird pattern that doesn't make much sense.
I try to keep myself open, but I don't really know about orbs. I'm more of a skeptic, to be honest. Not to shade anyone, but I just don't know.
I actually think that they are really good evidence of the paranormal.
So you wholeheartedly believe in them, then?
I wholeheartedly believe it.
Well, I wholeheartedly believe in these realistic and frightening pictures of ghosts.
Yeah, they're fake.
What?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They look real.
No, I'm sure that's what many customers thought when a fresh pic of a ghost came out, but quite a few photographers were proven fakes.
So how did they do it?
The technique is called double exposure, and it makes a lot of sense, actually.
Oh, duh! That makes so much more sense. Double exposure, in a simplified and not professional explanation, was the combination of a clean plate and a plate with a picture already etched into it. Both were used to take the picture, and boom, you have a realistic ghost in the background.
And this also makes so much sense looking at the pictures. Mess up your measurement and, oops, sideways ghost.
I can't look at any of these pictures the same.
And remember our guy Mumbler who took the first photos?
Of course, he came under so much scrutiny by people as famous as P.T. Barnum for his pics. If someone that wacky is calling you a fraud, I would certainly be suspicious. Those accusations destroyed Mumbler's career. Even a picture of Lincoln's ghost can't undo that kind of controversy. So, he was guilty, right?
It looks pretty clear to me, but there wasn't any hard evidence to convict. Sources were a bit conflicting on this part, so factually, we can't say whether or not he's guilty. However, he was also accused of breaking into homes to steal pictures of relatives to put into his pictures.
He must have been making that good money to be willing to just break into everybody's houses. I don't know what the law situation was like back then. It's been a while, but I know everybody got a gun. Like dark room, too lazy to light a candle. Why not just shoot?
I mean, you're not wrong. He had the opportunity to steal all their stuff while he was at it. What a shame.
Wow, but my man William Hope was definitely guilty. Even if we ignore him being exposed with proof, just look at these pictures. I didn't notice this until after all of our research, but just look. Notice anything? Perhaps a pattern?
I do in fact see a pattern, but maybe you should just clear it up for me just in case.
There are literally the same two ghosts in every picture. They all look the same.
Wait, I'm confused. He wanted everyone to believe that he was actually capturing ghosts, but he was too lazy to make them look different. He seems to not be smart at all and didn't think he'd get caught.
Like, I imagine a returning customer being like, oh my god, that's the same spirit. She must be a cousin or something. So cool. While Will is just sweating and panicking in the corner. And he's like, wait, they like the same ghosts? And then just light bulb. He's a whole new man.
A whole new man indeed. Just throwing the ghost out there all the time like they're not busy being ghosts in everyone else's pictures. I hope Will paid them good because they deserve it.
Capitalism. What can I say? Why fix what ain't broken?
Pictures today, fortunately for anyone who wants to take one, don't involve that whole plate situation. So does that mean all of the modern ghost pictures are genuine?
Not so much. Even the modern day camera was built to deceive. Now everyone brace yourselves for some hardcore and definitely butchered science.
I'm braced.
So, pictures are taken in stages. They have to scan over the area of the picture part by part over a period of time. This time frame isn't overwhelmingly long, but significant enough for a little foul play. Whether it is intentional or not, anything going across the frame during this time can come off pretty wacky. This was suspected in the Hampshire pictures in 2015, and in many other pictures that just look off.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Let's go fake some ghost pictures with our new camera knowledge?
Heck yeah! Spoiler alert, we already did, and here's what we learned.
We've learned that these pictures are sort of hard to fake. We took about 100 pictures to finally get some good ones, and they aren't even that great.
Here's what we've collected.
As you can see in this picture, we have a little ghosty off to the side. How did we get that? Running. Lots of running in 85-degree weather and a sweatshirt because I'm dumb.
Which we'd rather not do. Especially not the sweatshirt part.
Trust me when I say it was difficult, but it was fun.
Here's another photo we took of innocent bystanders wanting a lovely photo. Do you happen to see anything? Oh, I don't know, peculiar?
Perhaps something strange or ghost-like.
We have a picture of a real-life ghost in the background!
It's definitely not us running behind their cute friendship photo. Also, thanks to my sister and her friend for posing.
Of course not. And thank you, Ava and Ellie.
We also ventured into the modern and spherical ghost situation.
As you can see, we have what looks like orbs flying through these pictures. But actually, they're just colorful balls that we threw.
Faking these kinds of photos can be done, but not without a lot of time and editing. If you're dedicated, you can make some frightening pics.
Either way, don't take all ghostly photos as being real. Someone could have easily manipulated them to look real. That doesn't mean, though, that every ghost photo is fake.
Obviously, we didn't channel any time or effort into our work. However, these orb pictures kind of make me want to look into orbs. Let me know if you're interested in that, in any orb video in the future.
All 0 of you, that is.
Despite all of our knowledge and doubts about ghost pictures, there are some honorable mentions that haven't exactly been disproven by the pros, aka not us.
First up is the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. This made our list because it was met with more support than criticism by some accredited people. Remember our guys Hope and Mumler from earlier? They were investigated by the same dude as this picture, Harry Price. Price was on a witch hunt for paranormal scammers and had no complaints of this picture's authenticity. Aside from this, there still was plenty of criticism.
As much as I respect Price's opinion, I don't know about this one. It really does look like someone shook a camera at a woman in white. It just looks distorted on purpose.
This second one, however, doesn't show the same distortion.
I'll admit, I don't like this one at all. You know how people are always like, this place gives me some unexpected and psychic chills? Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting right now. In fact, I don't want to look at it ever again.
Just imagine going up your stairs in the pitch black to see that child lurking in the corner. I'm pretty sure I'd pee myself, not gonna lie.
Maybe it's just because there's a kid in it, but I just don't like it. It's you.
Well, this picture gets its rep because of who it comes from. The eternally famous Warrens that inspired all of your favorite and least favorite horror movies.
None. Excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah, I had to get that out.
Without this celebrity backing them, it could easily be written off as a real boy.
Still you.
So, Kaylee, what have we learned today?
First of all, cameras lie. In the words of our founding father, Drake, I can tell that pic is fake.
That was
I
nice.
don't trust a word you say.
It's good.
Picture it didn't happen doesn't mean a lot in a world full of creative people and technological loopholes. So begin an existential crisis about your favorite pic of yourself. Were you even there? Is that actually how you looked?
And after that, go investigate for yourself. Shake the camera, have a friend photobomb you. Even if you don't produce the perfect clickbait, you can have a lot of silly pictures to sort of remember the day. If you do get a good one, send it to us.
We have our email linked in the description.
Go visit.
Go there.
Go.
It's nice. It's a nice little vacation.
Oh, yes.
I'm excited.
But not as excited as me, so calm down.
Pictures might not be trustworthy, but do you know what is?
What could it be?
Comments! So here's the portion of the video where we list off a series of questions to acknowledge in this here comment section. Please, we're desperate.
Did you like the video?
What was your favorite part?
What should we fix for next time?
Any topics you want to cover?
Are you gonna come again?
What's the tea, sis?
Is anyone even watching?
Are we even here?
And this concludes today's edition of Please Comment so I can justify this to my family.
Also, just to clarify, we are both firm believers in the spiritual world, and this is not us dissing anybody. We love a good spook, but the truth matters too. Also, we aren't all about exposing anything. At this moment, our channel is for investigating some of the, one might say, unnatural elements of the world.
You had one job.
True. Just a couple of best friends sharing our curiosity for the supernatural with some new internet besties, so hopefully someone finds this and likes it. And comments, please.
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 I mean, true, we're kind of lonely, and you might as well comment because, hey, you already watched.
Well, the tea is lukewarm, so we gotta go brew some more. Please hit that like button and subscribe for next time when Ayana single-handedly drives a car while juggling the orbs of past clowns.
You act like I don't do that on a regular basis.
Content, you know?
Bye! But he is responsible. No!
Do you want to stop? What is wrong with me?
What?
I spelled here wrong. Oh, duh. That makes so much more sense. Double exposure in a... Oh, my goodness. I came into that very badly. Excuse me. Already etched into it. Both were used to take the picture, and boom, you have a realistic ghost in the background.
And this also makes sense, so much sense, looking at the pictures.
Go ahead, go back.
So accused of breaking, he was all... You're not wrong. He had the... I don't know what I put. He had the...
Like, Aubrey.
I do. In fact... See? Okay.
Anything going across the frame during this time can come off pretty wacky. This was oh my goodness. This is
Spoiler alert, we already did, and here's what we learned.
Nothing. We learned nothing because we haven't yet.
This made our list because it was met with more support than criticism by some accredited people.
Accredited.
Accredited? What?
Accredited.
Accredited?
Accredited. Not
I don't know if I'll be able to say that right.
No, it's okay. You don't.
Made our list because no complaints of this picture's authenticity. I can't read.
It's okay.
Okay, it's fine. Hang on.
You just say that last sentence.
Yeah. Price was on a witch hunt for paranormal scammers and had no complaints of this picture's authenticity. Authenticity. How do you say that word?
What just came out of your mouth? Authenticity.
Authenticity.
That was good. That was perfect.
Authenticity. No.
That's fine. That's fine.
Authenticity.
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 Sure. We can just put something on this. Let's excuse the pronunciation. It's fine.
Authenticity.
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 Like city, but emphasis on the sit.
Authenticity.
City.
City. Authentic value. Just imagine going up your stairs in the dark night, I add. What? Wait a second.
I like it.